Recently, I had a conversation with a concerned mother. Her 3-year-old son was suffering from phimosis. When she gave him a bath, she would try to retract his foreskin, but it wouldn't retract. Now she was worried because of hygiene, and she asked me whether she should try to retract his foreskin with more force. Hi, I'm Dr. Stefan Buntrock, a board-certified urologist and specialist in sexual health. If you have sons, I'm sure this is a question you also have on your mind, because pretty much every parent has. It is such a common question to urologists. In this video, you will learn what to do, when, and how. At the end of the video, I will give you some tips when to be concerned and when to go see a doctor. In 3-year-old boys, you do nothing. I know this is hard to understand, but let me explain. A narrowing of the foreskin known as phimosis is natural. Almost all boys are born with it. In newborns, the foreskin can be retracted in only 4%. But this changes quickly. At the age of 3, it can be retracted in 89%. So a 3-year-old who still has got phimosis is not so common, but nevertheless, you need to do nothing. Why? Because nature will do it for you. Often the inner layers of the prepuce adhere to the tip of the penis. But you might have heard about genital buildup. It forms from dead skin cells, oils, and moisture, and it builds in between the inner layer of the foreskin and the tip of the penis. With time, genital buildup separates the foreskin from the penis and voila, retraction will be a piece of cake. When puberty starts, the production of genital buildup will increase. This means that while phimosis may still be present in 9 to 20% in the age group 5 to 13, it almost disappears completely during puberty. At the age of 16, only 1% still have phimosis. These are the ones who may be candidates for surgical intervention. As you can see, you can remain calm and just wait. You don't have to be concerned about hygiene. It only becomes a concern during puberty. However, don't stress about it. If you can't retract the foreskin easily, just leave it and wait. Because the worst you could do is to use force. Any application of force causes the skin to tear. These tiny but painful wounds will become scars. Scarring will establish a true phimosis. And then you have no chance but go for circumcision. Now, when should you start to think about going to a doctor? When there is inflammation or recurrent inflammation. This condition is called ballonopostitis. I mean, when this happens, you will automatically show up at the doctor's office. It is a painful and really annoying condition. It can be stressful for you as a parent too. I completely understand how upsetting this situation can be. Lots of crying involved, and sometimes the kids are so afraid of voiding because of the pain that they just don't do it. They go into urinary retention. There is a simple, yet not well-known thing that you can do at home to solve that problem. It involves water and a simple ingredient everybody has at home. This will be my bonus tip at the very end of this video. However, ballooning of the foreskin during urination is not an indication for surgery unless it is a recurrent phimosis that's causing that and unless there are recurrent infections. When genital buildup accumulates, and especially when it comes in contact with urine, it may look like pus. But if there are no signs of infection and inflammation, there is no reason to worry. So what do you do if your kid cries and doesn't want to use the potty because of ballonopostitis? You prepare a sitz bath. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon of salt, table salt or non-iodized salt. This is approximately 5 grams. 1 quart of warm water. This is approximately 4 cups or 32 fluid ounces. First, boil the water and let it cool to a warm, comfortable temperature. This is very important. Don't burn your child. Wait until the temperature cools to around body temperature. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of salt in 1 quart of the warm water. Stir until the salt is completely dissolved. Pour the saline solution into a sitz bath or a small tub where the child can comfortably sit. The child should sit in the bath while urinating, which will help reduce pain and irritation. The bath should last about 5 to 10 minutes, and it can be done several times a day, depending on the severity of the symptoms. What happens is that urine is diluted and the sitz bath soothes the inflamed area, making it easier and less painful for the child to urinate. As always, my videos are meant for information only. They are not medical advice. For medical advice, please turn to your doctor. So, what about circumcision? Want to hear some of my thoughts? Then watch this video. See you soon. Bye-bye.